The county of Cape Breton wants Fort Petrie and the South Bar Battery blown up. The society wants them preserved as historic monuments and tourist attractions. Joan Weeks has the story.
Some of the most critical battles of World War II were fought just off Canadian shores in the North Atlantic. Sydney's Harbour played an important role in those battles. All of the Canadian convoys left from one of two Nova Scotia ports, either Halifax or Sydney. To protect the port, 12 fortresses were built along the shoreline. During the war, people saw these fortresses as the only thing between them and the German U-boats. They had good reason to feel that way. German submarines constantly patrolled just off the coast. In 1942, the passenger ship Caribou was sunk in the Cabot Strait. Today, the forts that so proudly guarded our harbor are rusty, decayed, and covered with graffiti. They've become an eyesore. Even worse, some are dangerous, with openings into shafts that drop 30 or 40 feet. That's why many people want them destroyed. Now, the same army that built these forts has been asked by the county to blow them up. If the Department of Defense gives its approval, Fort Petrie will be destroyed this year, South Bar next year. Stéphane Ouellette and Brian Tennyson are members of the Chapel Head Society. It's a group of citizens that are opposed to any plans to destroy the forts.
Well, they are the remnants of a very important role that Sydney Harbour played in both World Wars. And we would like to see them preserved, and at least one of them developed, so that people will be aware of their heritage. And we also think, of course, that they could be valuable as tourist attractions.
How would you respond to the people who live around here that are concerned about their children and the safety of maybe falling into some of the underground tunnels here?
I think there is a concern about the safety of these establishments, but what we are willing to do is that if we acquire the land, we will make it safe and we will clean it up. I mean, I can understand that people around here are afraid if you fall down one of those elevator shafts, you either drown or you could break your leg or what have you. It's important to make these places safe, but to destroy them, there's no sense in doing that.
The Society realizes that financially it would be impossible to restore all the sites, but it would like to see the smaller ones at least cleaned up and marked with plaques. The Society has special hopes for Chapel Head, however. This fortress in Sydney Mines is still in relatively good shape, and it could be restored fairly easily.
What we would like to do is to completely restore it to World War II condition and animate it with people on site and develop it into a significant historic site commemorating the role of the harbor and the merchant marine and things like the sinking of the Caribou, the whole role that we played in the Battle of the Atlantic.
To restore the Chapel Head site alone would cost close to $500,000. No one knows just how much more it would cost to maintain all the other sites. None of the money has yet been raised. Cape Breton County Solicitor David Muse says keeping all the forts is just impossible.
Has there been any attempt by the county to try and find money to maybe maintain the others or to do anything with those forts?
The closest we've come to doing anything is to have the cooperation of the militia to tear them down. We've been unsuccessful in getting money to restore them.
So there has been an effort, I guess, to look at it or consider it.
We've looked at it, we've considered it, they've been thoroughly inspected, and most of them have been condemned as unsafe, and the only practical solution is short of finding the funds to completely restore them, then to either make them safe or to demolish them.
If the Chapel Head Society could come up with the funds to save the forts by this summer, then the county says its decision to destroy them would be reconsidered. But leaving them in their present state any longer just isn't acceptable. At Fort Petrie, I'm Joan Weeks.
Thank you, Joan. Temperatures continue.